Hi there everyone, and welcome to this video. Today we're going to do a review of our electric folding bikes. We've got two of them. We've had them for around 4 months or so plenty of time to put them through their paces, and generally they perform pretty well. They're made by a company called Battery Bike, see here, and they are the Dart folding electric bike. So let me show you around the bike and also some of the specifics of the design. So the first thing you'll probably notice is the bikes themselves are slightly different. The first thing you notice is the saddles. This is because the saddle that came with the bike was the same on both of them, but were a little uncomfortable for us of older years, so we've replaced the saddles on both of them. Caroline's is from her previous normal pedal cycle, and mine, the one on the left, I bought a new saddle from Halfords. So those are the first points of difference. The other main point of difference, you see the bike on the left has the letter F on the frame, and that means it's got the front motor. So on the front wheel is that silver hub. That's the motor for the bike on the left, and then on the bike on the right, the black hub at the back is the motor for that one. The only other real points of difference, and they are quite minor really, are the two stands. The one on the left is an adjustable stand, so you unscrew a little Allen nut and change that. The one on the right is fixed, so you always have to be a bit careful exactly where you put the stand down to make sure it's stable. Otherwise they are pretty much the same. If I just concentrate on this one, the batteries on both of them are set underneath the luggage rack. You'll see there's a key for turning on the battery, but also it's the release mechanism for removing the battery. Just show you, take that and that turns the battery off, and then push in slightly, turn left, and then it will slide fully off of the luggage rack, and then you can take that away and put it on charge, and then once it's finished, put it back on there, turn it back this way, check the lights are on, and you've got it back in place ready to go. Right, let me just show you how you charge up the battery. Open up this cover, and there's the 3-pin socket. You put the power lead in there, and then just turn on the power. Red lights have lit up. Once the battery is fully charged, the charging light on the left turns from red to green. The batteries we have on our bikes are the Eco, which will take 4 to 6 hours to charge from flat. They only weigh 2.8 kilograms or 6.2 pounds, and have a range of between 30 to 68 kilometers, which is 19 to 42 miles. So the next thing I'll show you is the power system. I'll just turn the bike on, and you'll see the back, a light comes on which tells you that the bike's turned on, and that is on permanently. Coming to the display, the lower button turns it on. The lights across the top tell you how much charge you got in the battery. You'll see here we're running at 3. That's because I haven't charged them since we came back from our last trip. And then you can increase the assistance by pressing this button all the way up to 5, and then you can bring it back down again, and if you go right to the end you actually turn the assistance off and it's just running as a normal cycle. This button here is the assist button, so you'll see a little sign. If you're walking with the bike you can just press that, and it helps by running the motor as you push it along. It's also got 6-speed Shimano gears with a twist grip on the handle. They also come equipped with a bell and a reflector as standard. Here is a release which allows you to reorientate the handlebars if you want to move them round, and then here is the release for altering the height of the handlebars. You unclip this clip there and the handlebars will drop down, and you'll also see they've got markings so you can remember what your height setting was for when you want to go back out again. For the seat is another little flap here which allows you to move the height of the saddle up or down, and then it's just a question of reclipping that and it's fixed. As these are folding bikes, I guess one of the important things to do is to show you how they fold down. So there is a sequence to this. First thing is to make sure that the pedals have been put down so they're flush. The next thing is to take it off its stand. Then I'll turn it round, show you this way. There is a clip and a sliding section here. Push that slider backwards, unclip, and that will release that latch. And once that's released, you can bend the bike like that. And then before you put it totally flush, coming to this section, again, lift this latch, drop that down, and then wait for the silver latch to come apart. That allows the handlebars to drop down, and then just fold that through, and that's the bike folded down. With these larger 20-inch wheels, it's not the smallest, but it does fold down to a size that certainly will go in the van, no problem. You'll also notice I've taken the battery off. That just helps reduce the weight for when you're carrying it to the van. So once it's in place in the back of the van, I usually cover it with a blanket, one of those ones you get from when you move home, and then using a strap, which is the same system as the one you use for your pop top, get that round the bike and through the rail that is usually used for the table, and secure that firmly. Then put the next bike in, cover that one, and also strap that one in as well. And they're nice and secure and fit neatly exactly where we want them to be. The other thing to mention is security for the bikes. We've bought ourselves some hefty locks and a cable which we use, and means we can secure the bikes when we're out cycling to fences or proper bike racks. And then obviously on site, at the end of the day, we secure them to something on the site, or if not possible, we use the cable and secure them to one of the wheels of the van. When we started looking at bikes, we had probably three main requirements. Firstly, that it was electric, which means we could get out and about, travel good distances away from a campsite and get to explore more. We wanted folding bikes because we weren't so keen to put a bike rack on the back of the van, so we needed something that would actually collapse down and sit inside the van, and obviously we'd need space for two bikes. And the other criteria was the wheel sizes. These bikes are 20-inch wheels, which is probably the largest of a folding bike. Usually they're around about 16 inches, but as we're not so pushed for space, or we're not going to carry them very far, the key thing was having the larger wheels, which best makes it easier for different types of terrain when you're out cycling. And to be fair, this particular bike met all those criteria. The other thing we liked about the battery bike was that it's a UK company based in Lincolnshire, although they are based on a Danish design, and they are hand-built bikes made in factories that have been used for bike construction for a long time. I said at the beginning of the video, we've had the bikes for around about 4 months or so, and we've definitely put them through their paces. We've been off-road virtually when we cycled round Carsington Water, and we've been up and down some pretty hefty hills in Devon and in Shropshire, and they performed absolutely fine. On balance, I would say that the bike with the rear motor, in my view, is a bit better. It seems to have a bit more power somehow, but it could well be that because it's in the rear of the bike and you're sitting virtually directly over the motor, you get better traction. I was finding on the front motor, going up a hill, if it's particularly steep, it would tend to skid a bit because you were obviously pulling on the handlebars to go up the hill. It's no particular problem, it's just a different way of getting to learn to ride an electric bike. The main thing has been that we've been really pleased to be able to go further afield than walking, and we've certainly found some places that you wouldn't find if you were just on a short walk or out in the van. So I hope you found that review useful. We would certainly say they've been a great investment for us, and we're definitely looking forward to more explorations on our folding electric bikes on our travels in the future. So thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.